Ash stared down the young redhead in front of him. He had an aura of fiery confidence within him, the likes of which Ash had never felt before from any challenger. He then noticed the bald head walking up behind him.
Hey Silver, this is the jerk I was talking about. He's the one who refused to pay the toll.
Ah, so he's your leader. I assumed you would be a bit taller. Ash replied snarkily. A chatty one, eh? I will shut you up right now. Silver replies and throws a Pokeball, which unleashes a Charmeleon. Every aspect of the fire Pokemon reflected his trainer's vibe. Ash couldn't help but grin at the idea of a battle against this new opponent. Without even being told to do so, Raichu squared up to fight. There was a scary silence as both trainer and Pokemon duo stared each other down, as if daring the foe to make the first move. And with a drop of sweat, they both shouted in unison, Flamethrower, Thunderbolt. Both attacks collided, resulting in a massive explosion, causing Nappa to take shelter behind a tree as flocks of bird Pokemon flew away. Raichu looked at Ash and they both nodded, agreeing to something. Use Slash, Mega Punch, go. Once again they collided in the middle, this time with physical attacks, proving to be even. Raichu then tries to wrap his tail around Charmeleon's leg, but the lizard rolls and escapes the hold. Charmeleon then tries a smokescreen attack to prepare for a sneak attack behind it, but Raichu jumps into the air using his tail and dives forward with a powerful body slam which Charmeleon barely avoids. This could have been a battle-ending move. Taking advantage of this missed opportunity, Silver orders a fire spin which traps Raichu. It's over, Silver said, grinning, although he was tired after such an intense battle. I have to say, when battling at the same level, you had me beat. If this was a gym challenge, you definitely would have gotten the badge. But unfortunately for you, this is not the gym. And that means there are no restraints on Raichu. Ash said as Raichu erupted with a surge of electricity, no pun intended. The flames were thwarted away by the electricity and Raichu unleashed the next level of electric attack. Thunder. This attack zapped Charmeleon off his feet and paralyzed him, which was followed up by a focus punch which knocked him out for good. Silver was left dumbstruck at the power displayed by Ash. This battle and the reference to gym battles and someone holding themselves back on his level reminded him of a distant memory, something he would give everything to either forget or live through once again. He recalled his fallen Pokemon and ran off towards Pewter City with Nappa following behind him. Guess that guy's not great at handling losses. Not like we would know anything about it, right buddy? Ash asked his Raichu, who nodded while being a smartass just like his trainer. Ash arrives at the entrance of the Viridian forest, and unfortunately due to the lack of any other routes, he had to cross the forest. He scouted the area and none of the bug Pokemon were really interesting enough for him to capture. Although there were a Pikachu and Pidgeotto flying around, he didn't bother to capture them. He then noticed someone ahead of him. He then recognized who it was. Whoa, you're Blue, the gym leader of Viridian City, right? Said person was actually taking pictures of a rather rare Pokemon which flew away due to the yelling. Ugh, what do you want, loudmouth? Now thanks to you the Butterfree which comes here to pollinate only once a year is gone. Now leave me the hell alone. Blue said annoyingly before walking away. Gym leaders come in different shades of mood, I guess, Ash thought to himself. After an hour or so, he made it out of the forest and arrived at the Viridian City Pokemon Center, where he called Whiskas and his mother to let them know about his arrival. Hey there, young man. By the looks of you, Raichu, I assume you are a strong Pokemon trainer. A weird looking man asked him just after he disconnected the call. Well, yeah, I am. You sure have a good intuition, Ash replied, smirking widely. He always appreciated people inflating his ego even more. Alrighty, I have the perfect offer for you then, the man said, bringing out a Pokeball as he continued. Inside this Pokeball, there is a Pokemon who is the master of the mystic arts. Not only the true child of the prophecy can use this Pokemon to its fullest potential, and because you are the said child of prophecy, I will give you this at a discount for just $10,000. Now normally $10,000 would be an amount to think about, but due to his head being the size of the football from all the praises he just received from the old man, he pays the man the amount he asked for. Following which the man just hightailed the hell out of there. Ash cherished the Pokeball in his hand before he throws the ball and it opens up to be an explosive tag, and then boom, Ash is dead. End of the story. April Fools in advance. No? Okay, sorry. A Slowpoke appears out of the Pokeball, and Ash is delighted at the sight of the Pokemon. So you are the master of the mystic arts. I know the perfect test for you. Now is the time to put that arrogant prick in his place. Ash then barged into the Viridian City gym, calling for Blue to come out. It's you again. Why can't you just leave me alone? I challenge you to a gym battle, right here and right now. As per the rules, you can only challenge this gym after you have won the other badges. I don't restrain myself against opponents like the other gym leaders do. You don't need to. I have the master of mystic arts inside this Pokeball, and I will solo your entire team. Ugh. Fine. If that's what will take for you to leave me alone, then fine. Blue sent out a Arcanine, which looked to be on the same level as one of Surge's Pokemon, but it was a fire type, nothing his new Pokemon couldn't handle. Ash sent out his Slowpoke and immediately ordered a water gun. In response to this, the Pokemon responded by squirting out a thin jet of water. Ash, Blue, and Arcanine fall down anime style. Don't tell me I was scammed, Ash said as he looked at the Pokemon and pulled out his Pokédex, and the screen said level 2. Yeah, Ash is not that rich anymore. Arcanine returned. You're an embarrassment, all talk and no brains, Blue said before walking back into the gym. Ash spent the few hours on his daily workout routine somehow trying to salvage his purchase, and although on paper a Pokemon of Slowpoke's build should benefit a lot from Ash's style of training, Slowpoke was not yielding the same results. So far, I have captured a Pokemon who is too afraid to battle, one who wants to fight his own teammate, and one who's really slow. Ash thought to himself as he looked at the pink water Pokemon. He picked the Slowpoke in his arms and looked at him. I can't blame you for my recollection as Slowpoke, but the best I can do is set you free. I can't have you getting hurt in battles on my watch, Ash said sadly as he went on ahead to poke Slowpoke into a nearby pond. What the hell are you doing, kid? A familiar voice startled Ash as he almost fell into the pond himself. He turned around to see Surge standing there with a confused look on his face. Are you getting your kicks by throwing Pokemon into the rivers? Surge continued. What? No, this is my Slowpoke. I bought it, Ash replied faintly. Bought it? What do you mean, bought it? Ash then explained to him how he was scammed out of $10,000. Surge face-palmed before berating him for not being cautious with his money and trying to take the easy way out. He then reminded Ash that the reason his Raichu was so strong was due to hours and hours of training and drilling, and that could never be replaced by any amount of money or shortcuts. Well, the only thing you can do now is train this Slowpoke. Here, Surge said before handing Ash an item. This right here is a Macho Brace. It increases the gains made in training, but at the cost of speed. And since Slowpoke is slow, there is no harm in losing some speed. Ash thanks and asked Surge how did the challenger fare against the Elite Four. Surge replied by saying that he didn't even get past Koga, so heading to Indigo Plateau was a waste of time. All I can do now is let your mother and Whiskas know how you were scammed out of your money, Surge said, laughing hysterically at Ash's expense. Fine, two can play at this game. I will tell Whiskas that the real reason you removed the puzzle in the gym is because you use the trash cans to hide your cigarettes and dirty magazines. Ash responded with his own threats, which was enough to put Surge in his place. Ash then introduced the rest of his team to Surge, and Raichu immediately jumped into Surge's arm affectionately. This makes Mankey hate Surge right from the start. Surge then examines Nidoran, asking more about the dilemma he is facing, and upon hearing about his battle so far, he has a suggestion for Ash. Since Nidoran is uncomfortable battling at close range, Ash should use him as a special attacker at long range battles. This way, he won't have any more episodes, or that's what Surge thinks. After spending the night in the Pokemon Center, Ash and Surge were preparing to depart to Palette and Vermilion respectively. Before leaving, Surge tells Ash that the next gym he will be challenging is the Seafoam gym, where the gym leader is a former Elite Four member, so he better be prepared good for this battle. As for how to get there, Surge will send a boat at the pallet docks, from where he has to go southeast. It took Ash less than an hour to reach Pallet. Delia was delighted to see Ash, and they had a much awaited lunch which comprised of Ash's favorite dishes. But the boat was to arrive day after tomorrow, so Ash decided to just go to his room and rest up, because in many aspects this is where his true journey begins. No more breaks from now on. His room looked the exact same way he had left it. He laid his head on the mattress and fell into a deep sleep. The next morning, Ash woke up early and decided to take a stroll around the southern forest along with Raichu. As he walked around the thick forest, he noticed a Kangaskid running towards him and Raichu, jumping happily at the sight of the mouse. Unbeknownst to our heroes, the young Joey was mistaking Raichu for another member of his species. Once the Kangaskid realizes that this is not the same Raichu he was thinking about, he turns hostile and starts attacking the duo, causing them to run back home. Ash decides to prepare his Pokemon for the upcoming battle, and the next day he arrives at the dock to find a boat parked at the edge. He gets on and starts driving south, but unbeknownst to him, the Kangaskid was also abroad, and halfway to Seafoam Island, it jumped on top of Ash's head, causing the steering wheel to spin around like a Beyblade, and through sheer dumb luck, they crashed into the Seafoam Island gym, and thankfully the boat was still intact. What is going on here? A voice sounded off from behind Ash as he was trying to get the Joey off his head. Are you a mermaid? Ash asked, still a bit dizzy after the ride. I'm here for a gym battle. I am Lorelei, the Seafoam Island gym leader. The lady said, introducing herself. Yes, I am. I am here to challenge you to a gym battle. Ash replied as the Kangaskid hopped off his head, and all of them walked into the cave, ready for the challenge in hand. The proctor announces the rules of the battle. Lorelei starts off with Seal, and Ash sends out his Mankey. Mankey eyes Raichu as if saying, look at me, I will show you how it's done, before charging with a karate chop, to which the Seal responds with Icy Wind, intercepting and slowing its attacker down. But Mankey still lands the karate chop, although the momentum was slowed down considerably. Seal then started using the ice floor to slide around and blitz at Mankey, but after 3 or 4 flurries, Mankey is able to grab Seal and slam him with a seismic toss on the floor for the win, giving Ash the lead. Lorelei sends out Cloyster as her second Pokemon, and this is a perfect opponent for Mankey to test out his newest move. This is Rock Tomb. The super effective attack stuns Cloyster, and the Monkey King goes into a hyper offense mode, landing chops, kicks and punches at a thundering pace, which Ash is having very little say in the battle. What Mankey and Ash don't know, however, is Cloyster is continuously using Withdraw to spike its defense higher and higher, and this flurry on Cloyster's rough skin is damaging Mankey's fists. Mankey goes for one more karate chop, but Cloyster uses Clamp to trap his hand, causing immense pain to the fighting type. Mankey fruitlessly tries to attack Cloyster, trying to get his hand free, but to no luck. No pun intended. Lorelei tells Ash to forfeit the match because there is no point in damaging Mankey permanently, and Ash obliges hesitantly as Cloyster lets go and the exhausted Mankey falls down, passing out from pain and fatigue. Ash goes to check on Mankey, but defiant till the end, the Pokemon gets up through pure muscle memory and takes a fighting stance. Ash withdraws him back into the Pokeball, promising to win this battle for him. The Kangaskid is awestruck at the power and defiance on display. For his second Pokemon, Ash sends out his Nidoran, now well prepared to not go into shock mode again. Nidoran starts off with a barrage of poison stings, which Cloyster is unable to dodge. Lorelei orders a Water Pulse, and Ash smirks as Nidoran fires off a Shock Wave, which is his special move. The Shock Wave is magnified by the Water Pulse and connects on Cloyster, almost taking it out. Just when Ash thought he had this in the bag and could play it safe from the distance using special attacks, Cloyster unleashes the Blizzard attack, which leaves Nidoran half frozen. Realizing he has to go for broke, he orders a Poison Sting, which is a cover for Nidoran to get in close and connect with a double kick, which is enough to take Cloyster out, but Nidoran also goes down from the damage taken. For their final Pokemon, Ash sends out Raichu and Lorelei sends out a Lapras. Ash knows better than to get comfortable with the type advantage and orders a Thunderbolt to see what the Lapras will do. To his surprise, Lapras uses a Thunderbolt of its own, cancelling each other out. Now Lapras starts to use Nidorian's strategy of playing it safe from distance. However, Raichu uses a Focus Punch on the field to shatter the ice and drop Lapras into the water, leaving it super vulnerable to a battle-ending electric type attack. But Lorelei was a former Elite Four member for a reason and had a move prepared just for this scenario. She orders Lapras to use Freeze Dry, which once again turns the battlefield into ice, and this time Raichu with it. The Proctor moves in to call the fight, but Ash stops him. He knows Raichu won't be taken down so easily, and echoing his trainer's call, Raichu sends out a burst of electricity which shatters the ice and lights the cave up. Using Seal's technique of sliding on the ice, Raichu darts forward and slams a powerful Focus Punch on Lapras, taking it out. Lorelei is really impressed, and as she awards Ash with the Goldberg badge, I meant the Iceberg badge, and the technical machine containing Ice Beam. The Kangas kid is amazed by the battles and pleads with Ash to take him along, partly because he wants to get stronger himself and partly because Raichu reminds him of a long lost brother. Ash happily adds the Joey to his team, bringing it to 5. At Pewter's city, a different gym battle is taking place, which ends with Silver's Charmeleon edging out a razor-thin win against Brock's Rhyhorn. Ash Ketchum, our battle has only just begun.